Alright guys, ready for some Model A action. So, got the chop fine fillered out today. Patch panels all disappeared. Got a little bit of work up here to do yet, but I got some weld through primer on it. Everything with the chops looking okay. Still got that big hole down at the bottom to get that fixed. But I think next I'll have to shift the car over a little bit to give me some room. So I'm gonna attack this little hole in the bottom of the cowl down here. So just 2 more patches, and I got to get this all straightened out before I chop the door and stuff. So if I shift the car over, it'll be easier. That's not a today project. Quite a mountain of stuff has come off of this Model A, so need to take a load to the dump too. Somewhere in between here, and then I got some kitty hair on here. I just got to sand it down and then do the fine licks. So not much work to do on that door, but what I really did today was go after the inside of it with rust converter and some primer. So got that all doctored up so that yeah, you can see that subframe now. There's a piece of angle, a couple pieces of angle iron underneath to weld along the frame, so I can get at my bolts for the body from underneath. And then I gotta straighten this brace up top here. Gotta do some work and get the old wood out of there too, but that, and then I'm gonna have to flip the firewall around. So there's quite a bit to do yet before I can. But maybe a couple more days, and I can pull this body off the chassis. And then what I want to do is I'm gonna put the body over here in this kind of area, but I'm gonna put it up like at chest height. And how I'm gonna do it is I'm just gonna weld some square tubing to the bottom of this subframe, kind of put it up on stilts, and then what I want to do is box kind of beneath here to the bottom of the rockers on the body, just so that there's no void in here. So that'll be some stuff. I think I want to do it with fiberglass. I don't think there's any need to put steel in it, so fiberglass will be quick and painless and sticky, but whatever, it'll work. And then that way it just gives it a better look from underneath. It's nothing structural or anything. It's just a seal, more or less. And I'm gonna lower that dash too, but yeah, she's coming. And then after I get it kind of looking how I want and all sturdy, I can go after some of these little dents. And then just spot prime it and get it ready for paint. Not too sure what I'm going to do for colors. Kind of open to suggestion. My thing is probably red. And then what I want to do is just heavy metal flake, like ridiculous. Like shake it on with a shoebox and clear coat it 7 times kind of metal flake. Yeah. Still got this piece to put up here too, and I got to get some plywood and cut it to get this and the visor on it. And then I got rockers to do down, or the door jambs to do too, so. But that'll be easier once it's up in the air. I just want to get the body kind of straight and all together and put the hinges back on the doors. That, and I'm gonna gut the wood out of this kind of support here, and rust proof it and prime it, and then I'm going to weld over and up from this subframe, and then there's going to be square tubing hidden in there for extra support both front and back. And then I'm going to come cut a hole in this flat panel here, and I'm going to come up through and kind of where that notch is up top, all the way over with it. Then it kind of has like a little bit of a cage in it. So, and then if I do that front and back, I could tie it together with maybe some X braces, or maybe not. We'll see. But yeah, it'll give it more support than it has right now anyways. It's come a long way from sitting in the field though. It's starting to look like you could almost paint it. Lots of work to do before that though. And with that all rust proof too, I can clean the shop really good before I start messing with paint and stuff too, because it seems every time you touch this thing it would have, you know, 5 shovelfuls of dirt and rust fall off of it. So at least now you can, you know, touch it in places without getting your hands all filthy. And that was just a quick sand and some wire brushing and a whole lot of that rust converter and then primer. And then I still got to do underneath where these pieces of wood are, but I want to leave them in until I get this header panel in, just so I can see where like the original shape and that was, and then I'll take it out and more than likely replace it with steel or maybe even plywood. We'll see, whatever fits best. Yeah. And then most of the stuff you won't see because I'll just have flat panels. Basically right where the subframe is, that'll be a panel going across and across, just for interior. So just a couple, like 3 squares of flat panels. And then on this one, the panel will run underneath here, just to upholster that kind of edge and everything. Clean it off, make it look nice. Pulled the template for the floor out too, so I'm gonna have to get a sheet of ply and start cutting too, just so I can get something sturdy in there to stand on and work off of and stuff. So yeah, pretty soon we'll yank the body off of this and get her up in the air. Most of you that don't know too, Model A's, that's what actuates your brakes. It's an actual rod. Those are like mechanical brakes. They would have had one in the front too, but I cut it off. I'm gonna eventually go to juice brakes on this thing, so some different rims and stuff too. I think the rims I got for it are over here. Something like that. A bit dusty, nice and wide. Little pizza cutters up front. Yeah, I think that's it for tonight, guys. Take her easy. Stay tuned.
Ba 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 ba. Ba-da-ba.